Hey, we're on the coast of Northern California in Prairie Creek Redwoods State Park today, and it's right on the border of Redwoods National Park. There's a lot of little state parks right along the national park, and so this one, I guess there's a trail we can take down to the coast, and it ends at this famous place called Fern Canyon, which you probably have heard of or seen pictures of before. But man, this is absolutely beautiful. First time up in the redwoods for me. And I know that they are in the same family as the sequoias in Yosemite and Sequoia National Park. Actually, I believe they are of the genus or species Sequoia. But I don't recall all the differences. I know one of them is the redwoods taper their thickness as they get taller. So that's one of the reasons why they grow taller, because they're not as top heavy as sequoias. And the wood is a little bit harder, whereas sequoias are typically, and when I say sequoias, I mean the ones found in Yosemite and Sequoia National Park, they're a bit more fibrous. We're not actually on the trail yet. We're just by the picnic area here, and already, you know, walking for 5 minutes is absolutely awe-inspiring. Beautiful canopy, sun poking through. It just started warming up. It was down in the low 60s this morning as we were coming over the range there, the Six Rivers National Forest through Trinity Forest, and we're in the heart of, last night we camped up near Willow Creek, the heart of Sasquatch country, because that's where some famous Bigfoot footage was captured. I think it's called the something Gimli footage. Anyway, we didn't see Bigfoot, but beautiful campground out there in Six Rivers National Forest. It's going to be a beautiful day out here in the redwoods, exploring the interior of the redwoods, some Fern Canyon, some coastal, maybe get up on a ridge, get some views of the ocean. So stay tuned. So these are coastal redwoods, and as the name would imply, they grow along the coast. However, they don't grow directly on the ocean front, because the salty mist and spray is actually detrimental to the growth. They need fresh water. But the moist conditions, the foggy, misty conditions encourage growth of these large trees. So that's why they're found on the coast. Found these burrows, these holes at the base of these trees here, and Sam said, I think it's a mountain lion den. Why don't you go stick your head in there? I don't think it's a mountain lion. Not familiar with the mountain lion habitats, but if there are any mountain lions watching this and you're looking for a lovely one-bedroom apartment for your cubs, I've got a spot for you right here. Give you a great deal, no security deposit, move in right away. So these coast redwoods can actually live for 2,000 years or more, and they've developed several adaptations that help them survive. The bark, for example, is resistant to infestation and fires. They also have tannic acid in the tree, which gives it that red color, the tannins you've heard me talk about, like at Stony Creek, for example, which will leach into water and sometimes give the water a rust color. Actually come from trees like this. They also have a unique ability to sprout new trees from the base, in addition to sprouting from seeds. At one time, several million years ago, these trees were actually found throughout the northern hemisphere. I've actually walked across several of these bridges, and the creeks keep getting deeper and deeper. And there's like a deep canyon down there, and I think we're almost to Fern Canyon. We're definitely getting closer to the coast now. The interesting thing about Fern Canyon is supposedly Steven Spielberg was so inspired by what he saw in Fern Canyon that he shot part of one of the Jurassic Park movies there. So I think since word got out of that, and pictures and video have, you know, people see them online. I guess it's a very popular place now. I guess you can drive there on some dirt road. So it may be packed with a lot of people. Not sure, but I mean, I almost want to just like rig a rope on one of these bridges and just rappel down into the canyon down there. Have it all to ourselves. So year-round moisture here in Fern Canyon allows it to have its own microclimate separate from above, up on the lip here where the redwoods are thriving. And actually it's interesting, when you get to the beach you can see the dramatic drop-off of where the trees stop, and the reason for that is, like I mentioned earlier, they can't thrive under saltwater conditions. So even salty spray or salt water gets in through their roots, they're not gonna live. So it's a dramatic drop-off as you get to the coast of where the trees stop and then just the sandy beach starts. I can definitely see why Spielberg wanted to film Jurassic Park here. It has a lush jungle-like vibe, and actually not as many people as I was thinking were gonna be here. It's not too crowded. Some of the fern species in Fern Canyon are over 300 million years old. So it's a very ancient, important place in addition to the redwoods here in this Redwood State Park.
Infamous.